much. I don't know. All right. Hi guys, welcome back to Quilting from the Heart TV. We're in Camrose, Alberta, and we are hanging out today. We're going to talk about some new stuff in the store, and then our top 5 favorite beginner quilt patterns. So if you want to start quilting, because it's super awesome, you're going to want to watch this video. So let's get started. I've been packing up kits for our jelly stitch class, which is our online wool felt embroidery class that we have starting in a couple weeks. So if you want to learn how to make this, sign up using the link below. Let me show you what's in the kit. 6 colors of thread. Pretty excited about this color palette, actually. Ooh, I dropped one. It was rainbow. It was good. Is it rainbow? It's blue and green rainbow. That's what it looks like. Yay, threads. We've got 1 Alana wool thread so that we can applique down our little fishy body. Jellyfish. Our little jellyfishy body. And then background, some cottons for layering on that background, information sheet, freezer paper, and templates. So it's going to be a super fun class. Seriously, you're going to want to check it out. So hopefully we'll see you in that class. New fabrics in the store. We've got 2 new collections to share with you this week. A batik one and a woven one. So let's check her out. We got these jungle-tastic. They're sort of greens and browns batiks. So if you're into batiks and you like jungly colors, pretty cool. I want to check them out. They feel really nice. Like, they're very soft. I like them. And then our second new collection was these space dies from Figo. How cool is it? And like, okay, so we've got 15 colors. Ooh, 15 colors. And they're like so soft, guys. They're like the softest fabrics. I don't understand. Like, I do not understand how they feel like this. Usually when you get like woven fabrics, right, as opposed to stamped, opposed to screen print or something, the fabric feels a bit coarse, almost nubbly sometimes. This is like the smoothest, softest fabric I've ever held, and I really want to make something with it. So what do you think I should make? 15 colors, yardage, fat quarters, whatever we want. Yo! Let's talk about our top 5 beginner quilter patterns. I figured, like, top 5 beginner quilting patterns. It feels very clickbaity, like, watch this video, it's going to be awesome. It is going to be awesome. I got nothing more than that. Okay, I've got Rockwood from the Blanket Statement. They're in Manitoba, Canada. Gotta, like that. This is actually the pattern we're using for our beginner class this term, so if you want to make one, you can come hang out with me this Saturday and make this pretty awesome quilt. Rockwood. I'm assuming that, like, in this spot here, I am showing you some pictures of this quilt other than this plastic covered pattern. Rockwood. Can I, like, poke it? Poke, poke, poke. Okay, next up, Fancy Fox, Elizabeth Hartman. We used to do this one as a beginner class. We just replaced it with Rockwood. You get to make these cute little foxes. I think it's super cute, but it stopped running as a class. Switch it over to Rockwood. But I think this is just the cutest little quilt. You can do a little pillow or 2 sizes of quilts. Like, it's just the cutest, great beginner pattern. And plus, I tried to pick patterns that I know have good instructions too, right? Like, if you're just starting out, you need instructions that are good. Yellow Brick Road. Okay, here's the thing about Yellow Brick Road. This pattern came out in the year 2000, which is the year our store opened. I was in grade 6. It is still like one of our best selling patterns 23 years later because it's just awesome. You just take fat quarters, depending on what size of quilt, a different number of fat quarters, chop them up, make this quilt great for people who haven't done a bunch of quilting. We use it a lot in our teens can quilt class. They make a lot of these ones because you just pick fabrics you like, throw them together, get an awesome quilt. What more do you need from like Star Adventure? I just finished making this one. There it is right here. Another great one. I've been thinking about using this one for our beginner class too. I haven't. Did Rockwood this time. We'll see how it goes. This one's nice because there's like a million different sizes that you can make. So you can go anywhere from like a small, like almost baby size up to a king size quilt with the same pattern. And it's not confusing when you're reading the instructions about what to do to make it different sizes, right? Sometimes in patterns are multi-size, it can be confusing, like, wait, which one of these numbers I'm supposed to be looking at? Don't have that problem with this one. Instructions are good. Stars are always a win, right? Like it. I just thoroughly enjoy it. And then last in our top 5, Flicker. Okay, you guys know by now how much I love Flicker, right? Like, we did a whole video where I just picked fabric all about Flicker. But this is another, it's a little bit, it looks a little bit more complex. It certainly has more seams in it. It's maybe going to take you a little more time than some of the other projects, but it's not harder, right? So it's still going to turn out really good. Instructions are well written. You're going to be able to make this one and you're going to have a blast doing it. I'm telling you. I made a king size. I don't want to make another one. Okay, those are my 5 recommendations for patterns if you're just getting started in quilting. Also, okay, here's the other thing that we need to talk about is take a class. take a class, right? Like, I know you can learn it off YouTube, but I'm here talking to you on YouTube. I know there are classes on YouTube. I teach classes on YouTube. Like, I know it's just easy sometimes, but if you go to a real in-person actual class, the person teaching you can see where you're having trouble, right? If you're at home trying to figure this out by yourself on YouTube, something goes wrong, you don't always have someone there to tell you, hey, this is where you went wrong, this is where it's going to be easier. If you take a class in person, you're going to have all the help you need. You're going to be less frustrated. You're going to enjoy it more, right? If your project doesn't turn out, it's not fun. You want to be able to if you take a class in real life, your project doesn't turn out because you're going to have a teacher there who knows what you're talking about to help you through all your little everything that could possibly go wrong, right? You're not going to be frustrated in your basement trying to figure this out. Also, I don't know. I'm a big fan of taking classes. I always say, like, there's not a class. Like, if you're like, hey, you want to take this class with me? There's pretty much no class. I'd be like, no, I'm not interested in. But seriously, take a class from a real person is my biggest advice for learning how to quilt. Maybe it was one of these 5 patterns, preferably at my quilt store. Okay, that's pretty much it for me this week. Did you like watching this video? Were you fine with watching this video? Like and subscribe so we can get more people to watch, so we can do even more cool stuff, because here's the secret: the more people who subscribe, the cooler stuff I can do in the video. So like and subscribe, share with all your friends, tell me how awesome I am. See you next week.